All right, so here I am, part 4, and it looks like Rocky finally installed in the virtual machine manager. And so let's reboot it, the virtual system, not the actual system I'm on. And I should end up with eventually a command line interface to play with Rocky. Goes well, fingers crossed. And Grub started. Grub is the grand unified bootloader, which we'll look at in a few chapters. Looking good. Nice. Check, 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 check. SSH is running by default. Okay. Let's double check my password. Nice, we're in. Okay, so print working directory, pwd, use home G Parker, good. Okay, and then let's see if I have an internet connection. So VirtualBox should connect this virtual system to my existing system, which is already connected to the internet. So let's go ping, which just sends a little call and response to some server. And let's try google.com. Sweet. We have internet. All right. Looking good. And so let's see, ls, there should be nothing much. ls-l, not much there. Let's see if SSH is running. Good, we have SSH. PS is process. Dash lowercase a is just current processing my user is running. I do a PS dash capital A. That's all services that are running. Cron, SSHD, good. SSHD is waiting for incoming secure shell connections. And a secure shell is a shell, which is, I'm in a shell right now, I'm in the bash shell, is a way to connect to remote computers via the command line. Um, Now, remote computers that I use require a public-private key transaction. And since I have not set up a public-private key pair on this particular system, I cannot connect to other servers. However, if I go back to, and again, this is all stuff I'm going to get to later in the course, lots of fun stuff. If I go here and I do an ls dash a, I have .ssh directory hiding down there on the bottom. Yep, there it is. So if we do an LELS on the .ssh, we can see I have an RSA key here, which is my private one, and a public version here. So the public one is the one I would give to a host so that I can connect and shake hands with my private one to say, hey, this is me. Nobody should know this information but me. So it's a special kind of ID. And if we go back to this one here and do an ls-a there, let's move some stuff out of the way. Oh, my computer's just struggling to exist here. Yeah, there's not a .ssh at the moment. Oops, I took up the whole screen. That's okay. Let's move some up here. And I think that's good enough for now. So I have, oh, let's just double check. I've got Rocky running. So if we do a uname name dash A. Rocky is running kernel 514. And let's do a host name, CTL. And here we can see I'm running Rocky 9.5. And then just for fun, let's do an LSB release. Oh, apparently that is not a command available here, unless it's only available to root. So let's do a sudo. I'm assuming I'm in the SU doers group, and it looks like I am. It's saying, hey, you're in the sudo group. Respect the privacy of others. Think before you type. With great power comes great responsibility. Oh, yeah. My current password. Right. Not in the SU doers group. Okay, so I need to add myself to the SU doers group. All right. This is a good lesson because you might have to do this too. And I only do this like once or twice a year, so I gotta look it up again. So I think it's a user add dash G. Let's double check. So let's see. Add user to sudo. Ubuntu is a great source. Got all. I think this is the one we want. User mod. No. So I can Control C to copy there, but in the shell, you got to use Control Shift C. So I'm pretty sure that's the command we want. Control Shift V, sorry, V to paste. Ooh, it doesn't want to do it from here to there. Okay, so I have to type it. So sudo user add dash G. Does not want these other keys. Check syntax. Dash A dash G. And sometimes the order of the flags matter, but usually not. So sudo user mod, user mod, AG, sudo name. Okay, let's try again. User mod, A dash G, add to the group sudo, and I want to add G Parker. Password is oh, right. Okay. So again, I don't have sudo permission, so that means what I have to do is su. And with su, I have to enter the root password, which earlier I said I was going to use root is God, which I probably shouldn't tell you. Okay, so then here I can do the user mod, and sometimes I'll start it and type tab to complete it to make sure I'm typing it right. Dash A dash capital G, case sensitive. These things are case sensitive. I'm adding to the group sudo, and I'm adding G Parker. Group sudo does not exist. Okay, fun. Wrong. Did I miss? It's mod. It says you can just do add user. I'll try it, but I'm pretty sure that's not what I've done before. User tab, that's right. Worker to sudo. And doesn't like that syntax either. And again, this is going to happen to you all the time. Command you only do once a year. You got to look it up and make sure you get it right. Add user, username, sudo. All right. Apparently, Rocky does things a little bit different. Um, we could try to edit the sudoers file in etc. Username all. It's another option. Interesting. Usually I get this right in one or two tries. Let's do an LESS, which is a read. You could also do something like cat to read a file. etc sud tab super doers. All right. So root has an all. We want to do a similar thing for Gary. So let's just try this instead. Instead of just reviewing it, we're going to edit it with nano. Nano's not there, really. How about I have Emacs? I have Emacs either. Do I have Vim? I don't have Vim either. Really have no editors available to root. Okay. Fun and games with Linux. So let's do an apt update. I mean, apt is not found. This is bizarro. Okay, so my Rocky Rocky uses DNF. Duh. All right, so we want but Rocky should still use other stuff in the same way. I'm surprised Rocky does not have nano. Huh. Let's check that out. Troubleshooting with Linux. Sure. Okay, so they're using Yum. I'm going to use DNF instead of Yum. Let's try. So DNF, identified Yum, install, and then so again, apt is the package manager for Debian-based systems like Debian and Ubuntu, and Yum is the default package management for Red Hat type systems. So yeah, let's do it. Boom, boom, boom. Yes, please. Boom, 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 ba-doom, boom, boom, and we're in. Okay, so now we should go back to Nano Superdoers, and then in here, we're going to add a line. Gary. And we want to match an all line. Did I miss it? Like there was. There we go. Okay. So what I'm going to do is match that line there. Let's add a new line, and we're going to do a G Parker. All. Should probably use a tab. What about that red character? All right. So then Control S to save, Control X to exit. Let's exit this. And the question is, I'm going to have to Would this work? sudo ls root directory password is cool. Works now. Okay. So now I have sudo access. So that was interesting. Typically, this command works most of the time, and I should have just been able to run that as root. So what that meant was if I went back here to SU, which means log in as the super user, and then you need the super user password, which is usually different than your regular user, and it really ought to be. So then I should have been able to run that user mod command dash a dash g and then sudo g parker. And if I could spell things correctly, that has worked for me 9 out of 10 times in the past. Surprised it didn't work today, but that's life. Some shit works, some shit doesn't. And again, this is a Rocky installation. I'm used to working in Debian, and Debian is not the same base as Rocky, even though you might use the same kernel. There are differences from system to system. All right, so I think I've rambled long enough there. I'm going to shut up for now. Take care. Do good computing. Adios.